it remains to be seen whether it was the Indian side that actually made the call. So more details are awaited on that front. But it's an important development given the fact that the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, has spoken with the Iranian Foreign Affairs Minister, Mr. Syed Abbas Araghchi. And remember, this is coming in after, just this afternoon, India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri visited the Iranian Embassy and he signed on the condolence book. So essentially the format, or at least with several diplomats whom we've spoken to, they suggest that the diplomatic sort of procedure is that, of course, the Foreign Secretary would have mentioned, his personal contributions, Mr. Khamenei's personal contributions, and of course the ties between the two nations, besides, of course, writing in a condolence message. So that is essentially the format. Of course, prayer meet or for the slain Khamenei is going to be underway for the next 2 days as well. It started today, but remember, this is coming in after the Congress Parliamentary Party chairperson Sonia Gandhi just this Tuesday attacked the Indian government for its silence on the targeted assassination of Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. She called this is not neutral, but this is an abdication, given the fact that India had not really reacted to the killing of Khamenei, but India did send out its statement. India did speak about the war that has started between Iran and the United States. In fact, Mrs. Gandhi also said that our abdication, or the fact that we are not commenting on the killing of Khamenei, it raises serious doubts about the direction and credibility of India's foreign policy. Remember, these developments that we've seen today, they are significant. They do send out a message that India stands for peace, India stands for dialogue, India stands for diplomacy. Now, this is also coming in after yesterday's developments wherein an Iranian ship was downed by the United States submarines, one of the submarines in the Indian Ocean region, which, remember, is very close. Yes.
Yes, Sumita, this has just come in that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has in fact tweeted saying that, and I quote, "Spoke with my friend President Emmanuel Macron today and we discussed our shared concerns over evolving situation in West Asia and the need for a return to dialogue and diplomacy. So we'll continue to engage closely and coordinate efforts over the early restoration of peace and stability in the region." So here, Mr. S. Jaishankar is speaking to Iranian Foreign Minister and Modi coming up with this tweet when France has already taken sides and has, of course, sided with the US on this matter. So how do you evaluate this situation, and if you can help us understand how is this going to progress going forward?
Well, this is part of the Prime Minister's reach to several countries. In fact, the heads of several countries, in fact, in the past few days alone, the Prime Minister, along with the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, have spoken to the leaders of several countries, and that includes countries upon whom Iran had attacked. Now, Iran, in its defense, it stated that it's only attacking U.S. bases in these countries, given the fact that the first set of attacks that came in from the Israeli side, of course, backed by the United States. So the Prime Minister, in just the past few days, has spoken to premiers of Kuwait, Qatar, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, and several others. And there has been one consistent messaging that's gone out from the Indian side, that India stands for peace, India stands for dialogue and diplomacy, and there should be an end to this war. Of course, we did see, in fact, in the official statement by the MEA, which came late Sunday night, and it, of course, said that, these developments which have been happening in the Middle East, they are a cause of concern, they are a cause of anxiety for India. However, India will continue to bat for peace. India will continue for dialogue and diplomacy to resolve any conflict that might be emanating in any part of the world. In fact, India then also stated out in that statement by the MEA that our efforts, that these conversations that the government of India has been having parallelly with several governments across the Middle East, including the MEA, and of course it's been holding conversations with those governments in the Middle East. Besides that, of course, like I stated, that the Prime Minister and the Foreign Affairs Minister have also been establishing contact with these countries in the Middle East to sort of send out this message that perhaps dialogue and diplomacy is the way forward. And yes, of course, one last point, that India's focus amidst all of this remains the security and safety of its citizens.